Welcome back to Heart of the Woods. We are continuing where we left off, meaning that we have just switched perspectives. We're now going to be following Tara instead of Maddie, which it's the first time in the game we're switching perspectives, which is interesting. So the UI has gone from green to red, and we will see what she did during her day. We know that she's having a fight with Maddie, and she may or may not be fucking Morgan, but we will find out if that's true or not. So let's get on with this. A bright burst of light jerks me awake. I groan, getting ready to toss a pillow at Maddie and demand she turn the light back off. It's so bright, it hurts when I try to open my eyes. When I do, I realize the light is coming from the window, and it's not a window I recognize. Uh-oh. Morgan is starting to stare next to me. An adorable little smile. Yep, they're fucking! I knew it! I called it! Yeah. Oh my god, I love them. Okay. Morgan is starting to stare next to me. An adorable little smile on her face. It's so cute that for a minute it distracts me from the fact that she's completely naked. It takes another second for me to realize that I am too. I yank the covers off my chest to, cover myself. Memories of last night start to come back in bits and pieces. We've been going over notes about something, and admittedly I might have gotten a little flirty, and next thing I know, we're kissing. Books are on the floor, I hear papers crumpling underneath my butt, and once I said yes, she couldn't even wait to get to the bed before she started undressing me. Oh, Morgan took the initiative, that's interesting, okay. And it's not like I'm complaining, but it was definitely the last possible way I thought she'd respond. At least now I remember why I'm sore. It isn't long before Morgan opens her eyes as well. The rest of her face doesn't move as she wakes up. She sleeps with the same blank face she has when she's awake. Good morning, Tara. Her voice seems a little different. Softer, maybe. I have no idea, but it's kind of nice. Hey! Good morning. I cringed at the sound of my own voice. That was way too loud. I need to do a better job of keeping my cool. How do you sleep? Better than I have in a long time. I smile. Although you do snore. Loudly. I try not to let my smile break. I mean, she's right, but only when I lay on my back. I try to think back on a long list of awkward mornings after and pick out a good comeback. But everything grinds to a halt as I feel her lips press against my side. It's just a tiny peck, the kind I'd give a cute fan, but she also blows a tiny puff of hot air onto my skin that makes me shiver. I can feel my face turning as red as my hair, and I know a comeback's not happening. Tara? Are you okay? I need to say something to get back on top of this mess, but all I can do is stare down at her. Those bright green eyes, that soft face, that messy orange hair. Tara? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking that, you're cute. Hey, I have had worse lines. I can't see her face, but I think I hear her chuckle, or something like it. I should probably get up too, but I can't help taking a minute to stare. Maddie always gets on me for being thirsty, but I think I earned it this time. Her curves, her muscles, she's like someone asked me every last detail about what my type was, and then turned her wheel. This village is a dream come true. My clothes are spread across the floor, and it takes a minute to hunt them all down once I'm out of bed. Although that's how they usually are at home, too. I got more important things than clothes to keep in my dresser. Morgan's already been dressed by the time I get everything together, with her hair back in its usual pigtails. Cute as they are, I kinda miss how it looked down. Hey, is something wrong? Your mom isn't home, right? I'm pretty sure she won't be happy if she sees me coming out of your room first thing in the morning. You made enough noise last night that she'd know anyway. I don't think she's going to do anything about it. I feel like I'm burning up. Their expression is the same as ever. She's not even trying to be smooth, and she's still better at it than I am. And I'm already really good. Great! Yeah, cool. Glad we don't have to worry. I'm going to make some coffee for us. That's my bra, by the way. No wonder it felt so loose. She's out the door, leaving me to search for more clothing and think about the conversation Morgan and I are going to have when she gets back. Oh boy. I'm still thinking about what I want to say when she returns with the coffees already chugging hers down. I usually make it strong, but I put plenty of cream and sugar in yours, so you should be fine. I normally take it black, actually. I saw your daily routine video. I know how you take your coffee. I don't even know why I'm bothering with the usual cool routine at this point. I should just accept that I'm beat. I take a tiny sip of the coffee, and I nearly fall back down on the bed. Even with cream and sugar, this is the strongest thing I've ever tasted. She drinks this black? Is it too much? I can put some liquor in it if you want. Isn't it like 8 in the morning? Yes. Why do you ask? I sigh and take another bitter sip. The last thing I need right now is alcohol. Hey, so I think we need to talk. Sure. What about? I'm not sure if she doesn't know or doesn't care about what I'm going to say, but from the way she's acted so far, I'm pretty sure it's the second one. Look, you're a really great person. I really like hanging out with you, and I had a great time last night. I know. She needs to stop making me blush. I probably look the same way Mads does every time I try to introduce her to a cute girl. I just want to make sure we're clear on what that was all about. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, I'm not really the dating type. I'm going to be leaving in a month. I'm happy to do stuff like this as long as it's Tara. She doesn't sound frustrated or upset. If anything, her voice is softer. We talked about this exact thing last night. You're cute, you're fun, and I really enjoyed having sex with you. But that's all this is, and neither of us expect or want anything different. You don't have to give me any excuses. Blunt as ever. She takes another sip of coffee as a breathes a sigh of relief. All that worrying for nothing. I feel like I'm doing Morgan's voice wrong. She's supposed to be like a bit more like tired sounding to match what I've been doing before. I think I got too used to doing Maddie's voice in the 1.5 chapters where Maddie was alone. Well, not 1.5 chapter, but the half chapter. Great, awesome, cool. Yeah, I'm glad that's settled then. I should feel relieved, relaxed, all that good stuff. With the rough part out of the way, I can go right back to being as intrepid and charming as always. So why do I feel like I'm the one who got let down here? This kind of thing shouldn't bother me, even if it didn't go the way I'm used to. This is why I hate taking time to think about things. So, did you make that sweater yourself? Morgan's eyes widen at my questions. Looks like I found a good way to move on. I did, actually. My ex showed me how to knit a few years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's a nice way to pass the time. If you want, I can make you something to take home when you're done here. That'd be super cool. Everyone I know wears coats like Maddie, so one of those big pushy marshmallow coats. I'm sure some handy stuff would break the mold. The fact that you insist on going investigating in nothing but a light jacket made me assume you didn't like coats in general. Maybe I was just waiting to get in on the hip wool fashion trend. I catch her smiling in between sips. She might act different, but I get the feeling that we're on the same wavelength for some things. I mean, obviously, since we ended up together, but still, well, not together, of course, but I thought it was because of your shirt. You wear that same moon shirt in every vlog you do. I didn't expect it to be the same way in real life. It was actually Maddie's idea, believe it or not. Something about having a visual brand for the sake of the show. I figured my winning smile would be enough, but I mean, as long as people like it. I didn't realize she was that invested in the show. I figured she didn't care that much. Ouch. Hearing her mention how distant Maddie seems is a pretty painful reminder of how much things have fallen apart between us. She, used to be. Back when we started, she was a lot more invested in the whole thing. We've been inseparable since high school. And I figured she was really excited to keep that bond going strong. That's pretty incredible. I don't think I've had any friendship that lasted more than a year. I realize that she hasn't mentioned a single friend since we got here. I guess claiming your cat talks to you probably doesn't score your points with anyone other than me. Oh yeah, it's been like around 10 years or something? Don't tell her I told you this, but we actually met because we were both total goths. I jumped when Morgan suddenly burst into laughter. I've only known her for about a week, but it feels weirdly unlike her. Probably because it's the most emotion she's shown since we met. And that includes last night. I can't imagine Maddie walking around with raccoon eyes and dyed hair. You have no idea. She was goth enough to put me to shame. Always talking about the darkness in her soul, chilling with all the other cool goth kids, calling herself Raven. It was great. You were part of a group? Do you keep in touch with any of them? I'd hope at least one of them kept a look. My smile fades to look away from her. She couldn't have known that asking that would bring back bad memories, so I don't blame her. But the memories are still there. Not really. Most of them stopped talking to me when I told them I was trans, and the rest bailed as soon as I started to actually transition. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Tara's trans. I was kind of spoiled on this. Or rather, I saw someone mention, like, trans characters in gaming, and then they segued to talk about Tara in this game, and it was not a very good segue, so I was not sure if I was reading too much into it. But yeah, Tara's trans, and that's awesome. Like, trans girls are already rarely represented in anything, and the fact that we have a trans girl lesbian in a lesbian visual novel that's as, genuine as this visual novel is wonderful. And of course it helps that Studio Élan has employed queer women, including trans women, which is wonderful. And yeah, I didn't want to say that I'd heard about this or that I thought this might be the case before I got confirmation in the game itself. And well, here we go. That's awesome. That is so cool. I love that. Like, I already love Tara. Like, Tara is just wonderful. And yeah, I mean, I really like this visual novel. Like, I mentioned this on Twitter. I don't think I've related and, like, enjoyed a visual novel this much since Kindred Spirits on the Roof. And if you don't know, Kindred Spirits on the Roof is my favorite visual novel. So, like, to be the best I've played since that means that you are basically the second best visual novel I've ever played. Like, that's really, really, really high praise for the first game to come out of Studio Élan. And it's an original English visual novel as well, which I'm always a little harsher with because of a variety of reasons that I won't get into right now. And the fact that I'm, of course, a visual novel writer myself. But yeah, I'm really happy this visual novel exists. And yeah, I'm rambling. Let's continue. The rest bailed as soon as I started to actually transition. Maddie was the only one who really stuck up for me. I'll never forget that. Morgan puts down her now empty mug. I'm not even halfway through mine. I'm so sorry, Tara. I didn't mean to... Nah, forget it. It's seriously okay. The whole thing's ancient history now. That isn't a lie. I feel a hell of a lot better about the whole thing now that I know I'm doing way better than any of them. I can tell Morgan doesn't buy it, though. Better switch up the subject. Anyway, after the two of us were inseparable all through high school. We even picked the same college so it'd be easier to stay in touch. The only time our friendship was ever on the rocks was... Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Oh, we're finally going to get into what I've been suspecting, that Tara and Maddie did try to go out. Because, you know how I thought they were actually dating at the start of the game, and it turns out they weren't? So let's find out if that's the case. I try not to grin when I see Morgan's eyes widen. Got him. You wouldn't say that if you weren't going to tell me. Well, I don't know. She leaves her mug on the table and moves close to me. I definitely saw her smile for a second there. Tara, I know, would never pass up a chance to tell a story. Well, if you insist. Matt and I actually dated once. Called it. For a few weeks back when we first started college, everyone who knew was pairing off, so we figured we should try it too. It's a secret shame. I'm not surprised. You two would make a terrible couple. Jeez, blunt much? You're not wrong though. It nearly killed our friendship. Thankfully we called it off and went back to being friends. We haven't had any trouble since. Until now. Yeah. Until now. So much for lightening the mood. I don't know. I guess her deciding to walk away from everything we built together doesn't exactly make me feel jazzed about our friendship. Her having different priorities doesn't have anything to do with friendship. What? Like going back to school? She hated school! See, that's some bullshit excuse. She just hates working on Terranormal even more. She was talking about coming back. Having the real proof seemed to have changed her mind. And then what? She goes along with it for a few months and then gets sick of it? I can't deal with that again. I can tell I'm getting louder, but I don't care. I haven't had a chance to let any of this out since it happened. Morgan, of course, doesn't even flinch. The thing is, now she's actually acting like she wants to be in on the action again. I'm really supposed to believe that she wants to commit to this? But I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm ignoring the fact that she keeps running off to the woods to be by herself. I'm supposed to just be cool with that? Tara. I'm so sick of all this bullshit. Maybe I'd just be better off without Tara. A young person's voice drowns mine out completely. This burst of emotion isn't funny. It's honestly kind of terrifying. Before we continue, I should point out, Tara's hair is messy, like noticeably messy, in a way it wasn't before. That's a really nice detail. Stop. Yes, stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't want Maddie to leave the show, but you're refusing to listen to her when she talks about coming back. You don't want to lose your friendship, but you're freezing her out when she tries to make connections again. I love your show, you know I do. But there are more important things in your life than talking about Bigfoot in front of a camera. Holy shit, what the hell was that? She just shot through my bullshit like some kind of forest-dwelling therapist. How am I supposed to respond to that? All I can do is sit back on the bed and let it wash over me. She sits down next to me and takes my hand in hers. She gives it a little squeeze and I squeeze back. I can already feel myself starting to calm down. When Morgan speaks again, her voice is back to its normal flatness. Talk to her. Tell her how you feel and what you need. You can't spend your whole time with me and expect her to feel appreciated. I don't want to leave you out though. You're the whole reason we're here. Plus, I really like spending time with you. I do too. We'll have plenty of time together. You're here for an entire month. Yeah, of course. The word month makes me feel a weird little pang in my chest. For some reason, I don't want to think about how temporary this is. Jeez! Maybe ask if you want to stay together. I mean, it's not like Morgan likes being here. I don't think she would object to at least eventually moving to where you live, especially if Maddie's possibly moving out. I let go of her hand and to take another sip of coffee, but it's barely lukewarm now, and I consider spitting it back into the cup. That definitely wouldn't be a good look, though. You want me to take you back to the cabin? I think I'm gonna do a little more investigating here first. Give myself time to think about what I want to say to Mads. That's a good idea. Hey, first time for everything. She lets out another little laugh. It's not nearly as big as her earlier one, but it's really nice to hear it after all that heavy stuff. I'll go set up shop then. Come see me when you want to ride back. You got it. I stand and stretch, scan the room one more time to see if I'm forgetting anything. Wait, are those my panties? Yeah, you're wearing mine. I try to will myself not to blush, determined not to let her get one more fluster in. Shit, sorry, I can change real quick. It's fine, you can wear them, just give them back when you're done. My cheeks are burning again. So much for that. Oh, cool, thanks. I guess I'll see you later then. Sure, you know where to find me. Without thinking, I lean forward and press my lips against hers. They're soft. Somehow not nearly dried out by the cold air as mine are. Wait, why am I doing this? I jerk my head away, expecting to be met with an angry glare, but all I see is the corners of her mouth twitch up for a split second before she's back in neutral. Could be worse, right? Either way, it's definitely time for me to get the hell out of here. I head for the door, but something stops me before I actually leave. Thank you. Anytime. I don't know what I'm thanking her for. I'm not sure if she knows either. I'm out the door and back into the village square. Do my best to leave my confusion behind me. I've got more important things to think about right now. I've got to think about what I'm going to say to Mads, tell her I'm sorry for being an idiot and that I don't want to screw up things up more than it already has. But as I think about that, I realize that I've got one more problem when it comes to her. If she finds out I slept with our host, she's gonna kill me. Well, she already knows that. She heard you through the wall. Well, actually, no. That was in the cabin, which means that it would have been before they had sex the first time, unless they were already like flirting about at the cabin. Wait, Orange. Did I miss who did we switch view to? Did we switch view to Morgan and not to Maddie? I completely lost track here. I'm sorry. Options. Everything's orange. This must be Morgan. It must be Morgan now. Yeah, cause yeah, I'm sorry. I did not pay attention. Did it say who we switched to? No, it didn't. Okay, okay, I'm going to just save here real quick. The cabin comes into view. It's warm and casts a glow on the snow. I keep my steady pace. It's been a while since Tara and I talked. Things still aren't fixed. No, wait, no, this is Maddie. Tara, no wait, what? Morgan. Okay, so it is Morgan. Oh. Okay, so she's just referring to the fact that Tara hasn't fixed things up with Maddie yet. Okay, I follow. They've improved. She's getting Maddie's help filming now, but I can see that there's still distance between them. It doesn't help that Maddie keeps choosing to stay behind when we go to the village. Her excuses are always flimsy, but Tara doesn't push it. I'm not sure if she wants to. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I never expected this to be easy, but now it's gotten complicated in a way that I couldn't have predicted. I wish I could help, but I'm afraid that intervening any more than I already have would make things worse. Maddie still doesn't trust me, despite everything. I have to believe that it's not too late. I need both of them to be fully committed before I can tell them why they're really here. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. At the cabin, I enter without knocking. Oh, they're fighting. It again. I've tried it like 6 times, Mads. I don't know what else you're expecting here. Hello there. They both look up from what they were doing. It's not a surprising scene. Tara's hunched over her laptop in the living room while Maddie stands nearby, looking ready to hit her. I don't think either of them noticed me entering. Hi. Hey! While Maddie seems annoyed at my interruption, Tara seems genuinely happy. Whether that's for distraction or because it's me, I'm not sure. I walk over and sit down beside Tara, placing myself between her and Maddie. Check this out! She angles the laptop so that I can see it, and presses play on a video. Some distorted noise, but the screen stays black. What am I supposed to be looking at? Exactly. Somehow exasperated, Maddie throws up her hands and storms off into the kitchen, bagging around the cupboards without actually doing anything. This was the footage that we took the other night. Remember? With the spirit and stuff? I remember. Yeah, well, it was totally fine a few days ago. We watched it 1 billion times, so you know as well as I do. Right, it was perfectly visible then. But now... She plays the clip again. Nothing but noise. It's worthless now. So, what happened? Beats me. That's what we're trying to figure out. Maddie slams the cabinet particularly loudly. What happened that Maddie thinks happened. What happened is that the file got corrupted somehow. Either when you exported it, or when it was transferring or something. It was working fine before. Seriously, ask Morgan. She points at me. I wish he wouldn't bring it... sorry, wrong voice. It's Morgan. She points at me. I wish he wouldn't bring me into it like this, since it'll seem like I'm taking a side. The video did work before, yeah. Great. That helped us a lot. Isn't there a backup somewhere? This was supposed to be the backup. I thought I uploaded it to our server too, but I guess the Wi-Fi cut out, so that didn't actually happen. Tara bites her lip. That one's on me. I'm expecting another sardonic reply from Maddie, but to my surprise she sits down across from us and sighs. Well, we can't change it now. It seems that Tara's admission of guilt, even partial, helped her calm down some. Well, was the only footage that was affected? Was that the only footage that was affected? I didn't check. Can't see why anything else would be screwed up though. We just got unlucky. Super unlucky. That's a bit of an understatement. Without that footage, we don't have anything to show. I want to tell her there will be plenty more opportunities for filming the spirit and likely other equally remarkable creatures, but I know that she won't believe me yet. Galadura warned me that this would probably happen, as if I hadn't already known, but Galadura also didn't help my case at all, since she didn't actually say she said she didn't know if she could trust them yet. I wish she would have told me that before I made a fool of myself in front of them both. Tara laughs, but it sounds forced. Guess we'll have to pick up some new footage then. Morgan, you don't have any other mythical spirits sitting around the week of him, do you? Funnily enough, I do. I just smile though, going along with the joke. For some reason, Maddie tugs at her collar and looks away out the window. Perhaps she's more uncomfortable around me than I thought. Can I borrow your laptop? I'll see if I can move the file on the computer and maybe salvage something. You really think that'll work? No, but I'd like to try. Sure thing. She lifts up the laptop over me and passes it to Maddie. Thanks, I'll be in my room. Let me know if you need anything. She leaves, taking Tara's laptop with her. She pushes her bedroom door but doesn't close it all the way. Beside me, Tara places her hand over mine. Is there anything that Maddie would be able to see from her room? I'm not sure why Tara so insists on keeping our relationship a secret. Still, I appreciate the gesture. Everything that happened since the two of them arrived here, getting close to Tara like this has certainly been the most unexpected. It seems like things are a bit better between the two of you. Did you talk? I made sure to keep my voice low. Not yet. I was going to, but first Matt wasn't home, then she was shut in her room all day when she got back. I was going to bring it up today, but then all this stuff happened. At least two of you are talking a little. She must be feeling bad too. Maybe. You should have heard it before you got here though. I'm sorry. Nah, don't be. It's like you said, this is on both of us. You really don't know what happened to the footage? I promised I won't tell Maddie anything. Nope. It's 100% legit. It was working fine, then it wasn't. I didn't even drop my computer or spill water on it this time. That's so strange. You're telling me Matt's so convinced that there's something to screw it up though. I have a niggling suspect. Niggling? I have no idea what that word is. I have a suspicion in the back of my mind, but I don't want to bring it up yet. I don't want to alarm Tara if I can help it. Yeah, I'm guessing it's like the spirits literally removing the footage to not be able to be proven. Everyone is keeping secrets from each other. Yay! That's always good. Nothing bad ever comes from that, right? Has anyone right in the middle of my sentence? The heater in the corner of the room makes a sizzling noise and then dies. Tara and I both stare at it. Did you see that? I did. God! Clutching her head in her hands, Tara gets up and goes to inspect the heater. She looks around and underneath it, although it's clear she has no idea what she's actually looking for. While her back is turned, I take a moment to peer out the window, scanning for anyone or anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything. What happened? Heater died. Check it out. Wait, you're kidding me. I wish. Already the cold is starting to set in. Was it a short circuit or something? By the way, I need to point out, I think it's a really nice touch that they actually avoided a stereotype with Tara. Because Tara's a trans girl. And she's the one that doesn't really get computers and technical stuff. And, you know, speaking as a trans girl who went to an IT high school and knows several trans women who are all programmers and IT experts, it is kind of this half-accurate stereotype that trans girls are like all IT experts and are super technical. And let's just put it this way, I couldn't do my IT high school. I completely fucked it up. And while I do video editing and stuff like that, it's nice to see a trans girl, a lesbian trans girl nonetheless, who isn't that great with technical stuff, because that's how I feel most of the time. That's really nice. It's nice to see them not just aiming straight for the stereotype, which would, to be fair, would have been fine. I mean, that would have been just perfectly fair representation, to be honest. Okay. Was it a short circuit or something? I'm glad she doesn't default to blaming Tara for this. My suspicion gets a little stronger too. No clue. Morgan and I was just sitting here when I suddenly died. Didn't give any warning or anything. It was a lot like the... She trails off. She doesn't need to finish the sentence. I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. Like the footage. She says it anyway. None of us say anything. Then Maddie chuckles nervously. That's a pretty weird coincidence. Do you two think that, like, they're connected somehow? What, the heater and the footage? There's no way that could be, it's just bad luck. Maybe. She gives me a look that says she doesn't think it's random. I'm inclined to agree. Any luck with saving the video so far? Not yet, but I just started. Give me a bit. Right. I'm gonna go grab a blanket. You want one, Morgan? No, thanks. What the hell? 2 seconds after she entered the bedroom, Tara yells and pops back out. The heater in my room is dead too! What? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Come look if you want. Maddie and I both hurry into Tara's room. Sure enough, the heater in here is as dead as the one in the living room. I keep refaulting back to Maddie's narration voice. I'm sorry. I keep... Were they on the same breaker? The cat must have ancient wiring, right? No, it was renovated a couple of years ago. Is the one in your room still working, Mads? Without waiting for an answer, Tara pushes past and goes to look, ignoring Maddie's feeble clamor against barging in. We follow behind Tara yet again. In Maddie's room, the heater is running fine. That's so unfair! Maddie frowns too, looking perplexed. I don't get it. Why just in here? Because she's friends with the ghost and you two aren't! That's a pretty weird coincidence. Tara does a poor imitation of Maddie's voice. I'm sorry. That's a pretty weird coincidence. It is. What else do you want me to say? Grumbling, Tara leaves the room without giving an actual answer. Maddie doesn't try to stop her and stares at her perfectly functional heater. I shut the bedroom door behind me as I leave. Okay, tell me I'm not crazy. Something weird is going on. You're not crazy. This definitely isn't a coincidence. You say that like you know what's going on. I can feel a pit opening up my stomach. I've never been good with words, and I'm not sure how to phrase everything I'm about to tell her, much less how she'll take it. I must struggle for too long because I can see Tara's expression go from mopey to concerned. Hey, you okay? I was just kidding, but like, do you actually know what's up? I press a finger to my lips and point to Tara's room. Her eyes go wide, she nods. I lead the way with her following close behind. We can talk now. Tara looks like she's going to explode. Now? What the hell? That was like something out of a spy movie. Shh, not so loud. I listen for any indication that Maddie's followed behind us, or is eavesdropping, but her door never opens. Tara watches, waiting for me to elaborate, but I can tell that it's taking every ounce of self-control she has not to barrage me with questions. It's understandable. Okay, bear with me because I'm not sure how to say some of this. Nearly vibrant with excitement, Tara nods and I take a deep breath. I don't think that all these malfunctions are coincidence. I think they're intentional sabotage and that my mother's to blame. Her eyes get wide as saucers. Your mom? Yes, and I also think that Maddie might be involved too. It's not her fault at all. I'm afraid that my mother might have gotten to her first. She might not even know it. Gotten to her? How? Oh, are we finally getting to the cult aspect? Are all my predictions about this game going to be accurate? As in, she's not in control of her actions. She might not even be aware of them. You mean like mind control? More or less, yes. She stares at me, then starts to laugh. She gets up and paces around the room, her hands flying in useless motions as she laughs. Okay, you're screwing with me, right? Mind control? Maddie? I'm not messing with you, I'm dead serious. I can't blame her for being incredulous. It's not taking it once, and the rest of what I had to say seems stranger. But if there's anyone who will believe me, who will believe the truth, it's Tara. Her laugh becomes a whistle as she calms down. She takes a second to compose herself and then sits on the bed next to me. Okay. Mind control. Go on. Like I said, I doubt Maddie's even aware. It's pretty more like sleepwalking for her. But it wouldn't make sense. You said she's been spending a lot of time away from the cabin, right? And that she doesn't like to talk about where she's been. Plus the footage being damaged, and the heater's dying. It makes sense. You're gonna have to sell me on this more. I wouldn't say that makes sense. What's the point of it? Why would your mom do that, and how? Like, we haven't even approached the point of making sense. I know, I'll explain. I'm trying to remain calm. There's a nervousness that I've never felt before. This is my first time ever talking about this with someone else. So I'm guessing Morgan has taken them here to solve the supernatural mysteries and end the cult, and the fact that her mom has some sort of like influence over the village, and we will probably have Abigail's help for that. No matter how many times I've imagined this conversation and rehearsed it in my head, it's nothing like real life. My mom isn't really my mom. To be frank, she's not even human. Not anymore. I pause, waiting to see how Tara takes it. No reaction. I doubt that anything I'm saying even registers as a possibility to her. My only choice is to go through it all and hope that she believes me in the end. The person that you've met, the creature, is something else, using a human woman's body as a host. She has the whole town under a glamour that makes them loyal to her, and she has for years, longer than I've been alive. I think she has Maddie now too. The reason that I sent you an email and invited you to Eisenfeld isn't because of the forest spirit or any of that other stuff, although it's related too. The reason is because I need your help. Evelyn, or the thing inside her, is going to try to kill me soon, to use me as a new host, within the next few weeks. You were the only people in the world who I could think of who might believe me, and there wasn't anyone else I could ask. She knows that, too, which is why she's trying to get rid of you now, ruin your trip, make you want to leave. She would never hurt either of you. Too many people would notice if something happened. There'd be way too much unwanted attention on her. But if she could get the two of you to leave Eisenfeld, then she'd probably proceed with her plans. I'm pretty sure that's what she's trying to do. Through Maddie. That's it, I guess. As I finish speaking, I look down at my legs. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my chest. If nothing else, I'm glad that I got to tell someone. Even if nothing changes, at least I got to share my story. If she doesn't believe me, if she thinks I'm as crazy as Maddie does, then I'm out of options. The silence stretches on, and I glance up at Tara's face. For someone usually so expressive and easy to read, her face is immutable. I can't tell what she's thinking. She just stares at me intensely, more scrutinizing than I've ever seen before. I meet her eyes, willing her to search mine and see that I'm telling the truth. I want to reach across and grab her hand. More than that, I want her to grab mine. Tara huffs, blowing a loose strand of hair that's falling over her face. She blinks, pops her knuckles, scratches her leg, then finally she half smiles. Okay. So then what do we do now? Does that mean you believe me? My breath catches in my throat, scarcely daring to believe it. She hasn't confirmed yet. She could just be playing along. Of course I do. I can't help myself. I lean forward and wrap my arms around her in a very selfish hug. I'm so sorry for dragging you into all of this. She doesn't deserve any of what's going on. I brought her into my own world of problems. Her arms wrapped back around me without hesitation. Hey, I'm glad you did. Really? Of course. If some other paranormal blog got this scoop, I'd be jealous forever. We both laugh. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot to take in, especially the stuff about Mads. But if never coming here would have meant you having you having to deal with this all your own, then it's a damn good thing we're here. For the first time I can remember, I feel warm and comfortable. It's a moment that I wish could last forever. I don't deserve her support, but I'm infinitely glad that I have it. Now, let's go kick your mom's ass! I laugh again. I'm glad that she's able to keep a light heart for all this. We're going to need it. Really though. What do we do now? Pack our stuff and get out of here? You could totally crash with me and Mads. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. We have to get past the whole mind control thing first, though. No, running away isn't an option. Should we just take someone else instead? She has to be dealt with. You said it'll happen in a couple of weeks, right? How do you know? It'll happen on the winter solstice. It's something to do with the moon. I don't really know the specifics myself. There's not a whole lot of information to go off. You're in luck, because investigating stuff without a real lead is my specialty. Yeah, you also have a ghost that you can get help from once you stop being, fighting. Once you stop fighting with Maddie. She's incorrigible, and her smile is infectious. Her optimism and confidence makes me think that this might work out okay after all. There'll be plenty of time for that, I promise. Right now, I should head back home. Already? Feels like you just got here a bit ago. I know, I wish I could stay longer, but I need to start preparing right away. There's a lot I need to fill you in on, but it'll take some time for me to get ready. So later tonight? Probably tomorrow or the next day. Okay, I'll lie low until then. What should we do about... Her voice trails off, and she nods in the direction of the rest of the cabin and Maddie. Nothing for now. Just try to act normal around her, if you can. So avoid conversation as much as possible. Easy peasy. We stand up together and Tara walks me to the front door. So, see you soon, I guess. Right. She leans forward and suddenly, giving me another quick hug. My second one today. It's over far too quickly. Cool. I'll be waiting. I smile. Me too. It's always scary going home and facing the prospect of seeing Evelyn face to face. Today, though, it doesn't seem as bad. There's still a long way to go, but with Tara's help, there's a chance that everything will work out. That's more than I've been able to say before. Alright, we're switching back to Maddie, and I think we're going to call that an episode right here. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff that I had predicted, some stuff I hadn't predicted. I did not think Evelyn was going to be some sort of monstrous creature. That's interesting. Hopefully Tara and Maddie will sort out their shit soon. I hope that doesn't go on too long. I really, really like that Morgan and Tara... I mean, they're not a couple yet. They just had sex at one time. But, I mean, they're pretty obvious going to become more, and that's good. Yeah, I love this. This is wonderful. I love Tara. I love Maddie. I love Morgan. I love Abigail. These characters are great. This game is great. Please get this game. I cannot stress that enough. And, we're going to be saving now. And we will continue maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see you then.